I just put on some foundation. So in the last video, I showed you guys about how I prep my skin, what kind of skin type I have, and what kind of foundations I like. And then I showed you this Born This Way foundation by Too Faced. So I'm going to start out with my Smashbox Hydrating Under Eye Primer. I just really like this. It keeps everything in place on the under eye, but it also gives hydration. So I'm going to pop on my concealer. It's called All About Eyes. It's a Clinique one. It's been around for years. Really good hydration in the product. It has a dark circle kind of correction to it, which is awesome. I just dot it below each eye, and then usually I take a beauty blender and blend it. Okay, I came back. Definitely beauty blender is the way to go. I just had to go get it from my bathroom. I just keep mine in my bathroom all the time. I love the Real Techniques one. I've had both. I've had the original version and the Real Techniques one, and I think the Real Techniques one is just better, in my opinion. I know that that's going to cause like an uproar or something. This is Too Faced powder. It's primed and poreless. I put on that Born This Way foundation, so this is what they recommend you set it with. And I think that this powder is the bee's knees. I love it. Pretty much that's the powdering that I do, and then put my puff away. Actually, I'm going to take a little bit of this powder just on the brush, just so that I don't take away too much powder when I'm dusting. And I'm going to let that set and cook just for a second. I'm just going to use this brow brush. This is an Eco Tools brush again. I'm just going to use this brow brush to kind of brush my brows up and into place. I'm going to take this palette I just got, actually. It's called the Double Exposure Palette by Smashbox. Amazing palette. If you have the chance, grab one. I'm going to prime my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer. So I'm going to use this color called Espresso, which is just a brown color. And I'm just going to put that. This is if I was in a rush. This is what I would do if I was in a rush. Because I don't want to pull out 10 bajillion things to do my makeup. I just want to pull out a few things and throw them on real quick and then go. So what I'm doing is defining the top, the bottom, and the top of the brow. So I'm not really doing the center a whole lot. And the reason for that is that I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to run it back through, and that'll disperse some of that product through there. And then I take it to the top edge of this brow, like that. Okay, so it's just like kind of giving my brow a little lift. And then I just take a brow brush and go through them, disperse the product, make it look a little bit more natural. And then quartz. Okay, so I'm going to use this color. It's called quartz. I just figured that out. It is this color here. I'm taking this quartz color and just layering it over my eyelid, keeping it nice and broad. I have more of a almond-shaped round eye. So like my eyes are pretty big, and they're pretty almond-shaped, but also kind of rounded. So I like rounder eye shapes most of the time, but obviously if you have a more angular eye, like usually people would do more of a smoked out shape. I just find that it's very classic to do a round shape. It's very 50s, and I am drawn to the 50s. And oh well, this is very unconventional, but I'm going to use this brush. Now everybody's going to think I'm insane. So this is a fan brush. Generally you'd use it for like dusting some highlighter on your cheek, or doing a little bit of like light bronzing or something like that. It's very floppy and loose, so it's not like a normal fan brush where it's kind of more dense. I do have one of those that I'm going to use in a second to put color on the face and dust away and stuff. So this one's more dense, and this one would work better for carving out the cheek or like putting on some highlighter, I think. And this one I like sort of sometimes for the eye. So I'm going to use this for the eye right now. I'm going to take actually these two, I don't have time to figure out what colors these are, but these two rosy colors, oh, I'm not even in frame. These two rosy colors here, one of them's a shimmer, one of them's a matte. They're called, I think they're called Flushed and Fig, I'm guessing. Run your brush back and forth through the color so that you can pick up some of it just on the edges of the brush and kind of so that it mixes itself together on the brush. And then you can take it and just kind of set it in the eye socket at the edge of that color that you applied before. And what this will do is create some depth, but it'll do it in a rosy, kind of romantic, soft way. And you don't want to take this up too high. You just kind of want to take the bristles and place the color. And then just kind of dust it back and forth. Veiled, it's called veiled. So this color up here, this color there. And I'm gonna pop that. And it's kind of a matte, I think it's a matte. Looks like a matte, might be a satin. I'm gonna pop that right under the brow bone so that we have a really nice definition at the bottom of the brow. And also, in this inner corner here, to get rid of any discoloration there is in that inner corner, and just bring the eye forward in that area so that it's not too deep out. And this is like a super simple eye look, like I said. I do a lot more in-depth ones when I have the time, and I will do more in-depth ones for you guys. And I'm going to do some special effects videos and things like that hopefully in the future. Hoping to get an airbrush machine and better brushes and kind of update my makeup game, but right now this is as good as it gets, people, so deal with it. I'm going to take that brush that I loaded up with powder and then left for dead over there, and I'm going to dust out all the powder that we put everywhere because now we don't need it anymore. We're done with the eyeshadows for now. Next thing I would do is finish off the eyes with some mascara. I use two at the moment that I love. Go in with your favorite mascaras. This one is called Roller Lash. It is by Benefit. It is awesome. Sometimes I just use this one by itself. So what I usually do, the whole technique behind what I'm doing is this brush has a curve to it. So I just take the curved part and make sure it's nice and loaded up with product. And then you can see by itself, I mean, that's pretty bomb by itself. So just take it at the very bed of your lashes and wiggle it back and forth and pull up. And build that base for your lashes. This one has vitamin B5 in it, which is awesome. It helps your lashes grow. And it also has fibering in it, which is awesome too. I like me some fibers. Better Than Sex mascara, this is different. This is not the same as the Roller Lash. So the Roller Lash is a silicone brush. This one is a full figured lady brush. It's hourglass shaped. So you just take it, and this one I just run through. Okay, so this one has the Better Than Sex, and this one doesn't. You can see like the crazy difference. It's like 10 times more thick. So next thing I'm going to use is my Naked Flushed palette in Native. It's these colors here. I really like this palette because it has a highlighter in the center, and then it has a matte bronzer and a blush. So basically what I did is I just took my fan brush, which is that more dense fan brush that I was talking about earlier, not the one that I used to blend in my eyeshadow, which is, you know, a pro thing to do. But I just took that highlighter and just put it down the top points of my face. So things that you want to narrow or things that you want to seem wider. It's kind of a contouring thing. But basically what a luminizing powder or a highlighter does is I like to put it all through the center of my nose because my nose is kind of long and I like to just narrow it a little bit. Some people just do it at the tip of the nose and in the this part right here, but I just don't like that look. It doesn't work for me. I don't like it. I like this whole elongated piece here. And then I put it on the tops of my cheekbones and then focusing it kind of up under the eye as well. This is the Too Faced new blushes that they came out with for spring and summer. They're called Love Flush, long-lasting 16-hour wear blushes. I love these. They're really soft. The colors are really pigmented, but they're very soft, very sheer, very pretty. So, blush should go on the apples of the cheeks and blended back towards the back of the face, but it can be just on the apple. Sometimes I just do it on the apple, but I do like to give the face a little shape with it, which means dusting it in this area in circular motions and then bringing that circular motion backward up my cheekbone. So it depends on the size of your cheekbone, the depth of your cheek, where your cheek lies, how it angles upward, how, maybe it's more flat across. I don't know. Everybody has a different face shape. So look at your face shape, see what you want it to do, and then that was really cute. And then just work it in circular motions. You can find the apple easy by smiling, so just smile. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium to Deep Matte Bronzer. I'm going to grab that because I like the depth that this creates. So I'm going to take that on my little angled cheek brush, which I use for my blush, tap it off a little bit, and then pop that right in the hollow area under the cheekbone. But I'm going to keep it real close. See that? If you take it, most people I see put on a contour, they put it here, which is too low. That's going to make your cheek look sunken if you put it here. So take it up a little bit into the angle of your cheek and take it really close to where that bone is. And that'll just add definition, but it won't draw your cheek too low in. See that? It kind of pulls my cheek up. So what I'm doing now is just dusting a little bit of this powder into the hollows of my forehead so that I can bring my forehead in just a tad. I have a pretty, as far as it goes, I have a pretty long face, but I have a pretty balanced face. And it's kind of if you think of it like this piece and this piece and this piece, all the pieces kind of match. I have a smaller jaw than I have a forehead though, so I kind of balance out my jaw by shading my forehead just a tiny bit. I'm going to contour the sides of the nose just slightly with this thing. So you can see how that just kind of straightens out my nose bridge a little bit. I have a little bump in my nose, so I like to do a little bit of contouring to my nose usually. The look we have is pretty, it's pretty natural. It's not like super crazy or anything like that. So let's add a little pop of color. Let's do it. I really like these. And if we're gonna add a pop of color, why not go? Just do it. This is Urban Decay's high color lip gloss in Bittersweet, and I'm just gonna pop some of that on real quickly. These I like because you can layer them. You can just keep layering them throughout the day. They don't get crusty and crunchy and gross. There's some brands that I just cannot live without, and Urban Decay is one of them. So this is the finished look. A very quick, get you to work kind of a look. It kind of sculpts your face a little bit. Alright, I will see you guys next time. Make sure that you click and comment and subscribe, please. Send me some comments, send me some ideas. What do you guys want to see? So I will see you guys next time, and loves and squishes. Bye!